Welcome to the next lesson of the PMdistilled Learning Hub. In the module 1, we started with the introduction. We discussed about a systems approach to project management. We also discussed about project management principles, and we covered project management body of knowledge structure. Then we moved on to module 2, that is the project environment. That is a project environment. There we discussed about what is a project, what is an operation, what is a program, what is portfolio, what is PMO, project stakeholders, organizational process assets, project success criteria, roles and responsibilities of the project managers, and we also touched upon the 3 types of project management, like the predictive, agile, and the hybrid. And we had the assessment as well. Then in module 2, we dwelled deep into predictive project management. So we had an overview of predictive project management, and we said for projects where scope is very clear, technology is very familiar, and changes are difficult, in such projects, predictive project management is the right fit. We discussed about it. We also discussed about project management lifecycle and project management lifecycle and the differentiation between project lifecycle and the project management lifecycle. We also discussed about project initiation. We said the sponsor or the senior management representative initiates the project. Under initiation, we do 2 major steps. First one is creation of the project charter and then identifying the stakeholders. We also discussed about project selection ratios like NPV, BZR, payback period, opportunity cost, sunk cost, internal rate of return, cost benefit analysis, etc. And we had some case studies and we had assessments as well. Now we are getting into the part 1 of project planning, that is module 4. So here we'll be discussing in detail about collecting detailed requirements, defining the product breakdown structure, then creating the work breakdown structure from the product breakdown structure. We'll also discuss in detail about multiple levels of WBS, work packages, etc. And from the WBS or the work breakdown structure, we come out with the bill of quantities. Once we have the bill of quantities, then it is very easy to come out with the accurate cost estimation and budgeting. We will also discuss about the project's organization breakdown structure, which is nothing but the team structure, and how to link the project's organization breakdown structure with the work breakdown structure using RACI chart, etc. We'll also discuss about control charts, its importance in monitoring plan versus actual expenditure at a work package level. And on top, we'll complete it with a assessment. Now we will discuss the mind map of project planning module 1, that is module 4, project planning. And once we complete module 4, we'll be moving on to project scheduling, because in module 4 we go up to work packages. So the next step would be decomposing the work packages into activities and then sequencing them and deriving the schedule. That we'll discuss in module 5. Thank you very much. Now let us get into the mind map analysis. So here is the mind map for project planning. So first step is collecting the detailed requirements. For that, we may use interviews questionnaires, surveys, benchmarking, etc. And we collect the detailed requirements from the key stakeholders. Then we validate those requirements and then we baseline them. And once we have enough confidence on the requirements, we develop the product breakdown structure. So the requirements can be broken down into a product breakdown structure, which just gives the deliverables of the project. And once we know that, once we have a product breakdown structure, then we think about the steps involved in developing these deliverables. That means the product breakdown structure gets superimposed with the work that need to be performed to develop the deliverables of the project, and we arrive at the work breakdown structure. And once we have the work breakdown structure, once we have enough confidence on the work breakdown structure, we baseline the scope. So the detailed requirements, the validator requirements, the product breakdown structure, along with the work breakdown structure, becomes the baseline scope. Once the scope is baselined, then we know the work packages. Then we can easily arrive at an accurate bill of quantities for in order to complete each work package, how much material is required, how much manpower is required, what are all the equipments required. So we can arrive at the bill of quantities. And once we have clarity on the bill of quantities, then we can move on to step 7, that is cost estimation and budgeting. For cost estimation budgeting, we use different techniques like analogous estimation, parametric estimation, 3-point estimation, a Monte Carlo based estimation, expert judgment, etc., etc. Parallelly, we define the project's organization breakdown structure. Here we are talking about defining the team structure of the project. So if when there are multiple entities involved, defining the team structure may not be very straightforward. So here we have to spend enough time to literally define the organization breakdown structure of the project. And then we have to define the control accounts. We have the budgets. So every work package, what is the budget or the control account? So we have to open a control account for each work package in the financial accounting system, which will help us to monitor and control plan versus actual expenditure against each work package. The next step, that is step 10, we have to integrate the work breakdown structure and the organization breakdown structure. We use a RACI chart responsible for each work package. We have to define who is responsible for it, who is accountable for it, who plays a consultative role, and who should have the information about the progress, etc., about the work package. So we link the work packages to the organization breakdown structure. So because we want to know who is accountable for it, who will perform it, etc. So this linkages becomes very, very critical. So these are the steps involved in level 1 of planning. And in level 2 of planning, we decompose the work packages into activities, and then we move on to activities sequencing. Then we get into schedule development, etc. That is in the next module. So this is the overview of this module. Now I request you to go through the material in detail so that things will become much, much clearer to you. Complete the quizzes, complete the assessment. And if you have any doubts, please send me a WhatsApp message I'll be able to clear it for you. Thank you very much.